Hello, everyone, and welcome to I'ma Say It. My name is Brandon, and I woke up this morning feeling blessed, and I just wanted to say thank you to all my listeners out there, and thank you to TikTok and everybody that's been following me on there, and on Instagram and Facebook and every other kind of social media you can think of. Uh, it was crazy. I was thinking about how much technology has changed this morning over the last 5 years, and it's been crazy. It's been crazy with going from my last phone to this phone, the things that it can do. My computer is synced with my phone. It's the craziest thing in the world. I never thought we'd ever get here. Watches now, we're talking into them, and it used to be something we play around with as kids and pretend that we could do because we saw it on the movies and we wanted to be James Bond and we wanted to do those things, and it's cool how far it's gotten. And this morning I had over 600 likes on a video I posted, and my wife actually did it. I didn't even do it. My wife did it based on some of the things I said, and she posted them up, and I've had a bunch of people view it and look at it and see it and pass it and share it. And I just want to say thank you. So I woke up this morning. I wanted to do things a little different. Uh, Wanted to kind of just appreciate my fan base, if you will, and kind of give props where props are given, where props need to go. And man, first and foremost, I want to thank my wife and my family, my mom, for believing in me and encouraging me to go back to school and achieve my dreams and uh, do this, really. I got asked some pretty cool questions over this week from people, and I kind of wanted to go over them today and just kind of share kind of where my thoughts are. Maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. When I set out to do this, I wanted it to be inspirational. I wanted people that think like I do to appreciate what I was saying, and maybe we could change the world. And I still want to change the world, and that's the whole purpose with this. One of the questions I got asked this week is, what is my goals? And my goals with this is to touch lives and change lives and make people better athletes on and off the field. And I use on and off the field loosely. Floyd Mayweather deserves to be in that GOAT conversation. He's undefeated. As far as I know, he's the only one that hasn't lost. So, and that's so if I say off the field, obviously he's in the ring. You know what I mean? So when I say on and off the field, I just want everybody to understand what I mean. Basketball players play on a court, so I do get it. But that's my goal, is for all of us to be better athletes, better individuals, better people. And so I've had some things get shared and my voice get out there, and I just want to say thank y'all to everybody. Thank you to my wife who made it possible. So some of the one of the questions I got asked this week is who would I want to play at the very last Super Bowl? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a big fan of rap and hip hop, and seeing this last one, I don't know a show that would be better than that for me, other than if I could get Motley Crue in their prime. Maybe Motley Crue in their prime. It's the last Super Bowl. I'm assuming everything's going to be chaos after that. I can't imagine a life without football. I can't imagine a life without sports. So I don't ever see the NFL ever ending. But last Super Bowl, for the very last one, if I could get Motley Crue in their drug days, I think I want them. And I'd probably want them to sing Dr. Feelgood, Saints of Los Angeles, Smoking in the Boys Room. I don't know, it'd be a collage of things. But I really like Motley Crue. Nikki Sixx is, he's an inspiration to me. He's been sober for a while and doing things with his life, and he's been an inspiration. And if I could bring back one player from the dead, who would it be? Can't be Kobe. It's not fair, because Kobe was totally my answer. Uh, I'm actually going to tie this one in with another question, and I think that this other question is going to be able to wrap up my why on both of them. And that's if I could interview somebody, past or present, who would it be? Who would I sit down and have dinner with? Who would it be? What would I have, and why? And so I'm going to answer both these questions together, and my answer is Jackie Robinson. And I'm a big surf and turf guy. I like shrimp and lobster and steak. So that would be what I'd have as my main course. Probably a dinner salad beforehand, and in with apple pie, ice cream, with caramel and chocolate syrup. But I would actually ask Jackie what he wanted, and then suggest my idea and see what he thought. But Jackie Robinson, I think him and Jim Thorpe are probably the two most iconic athletes for me. And one of my legends, he just passed away this year, John Madden. The reason I even really got into football, to be honest with you, and it was a toss up. It was really hard. Ty Cobb is another one that I would really like to sit down with. But the questions that I would ask Jackie, I think are really more of answers I would want answered in order for me to be successful in life. And we all have to overcome obstacles, and I think Jackie Robinson overcame the most important one in sports. Breaking the color barrier was important, but it wouldn't have mattered if he would have been a bum on the field. And I'm a firm believer in that. Like, look at Jackie Robinson's stats and look at the stats in that time. He wasn't a bum. He wasn't even just mediocre. He was pretty good. And that's one of the reasons I think Jackie Robinson is so important. And we all go through, like I said, hardship. And one of the questions I'd want to ask him is how he got the courage not to fight back. He left everything out on the field. He played everything out on the field, and he didn't fight back physically. And I know it got to him. And I was really kind of sad when the movie 42 came out. I thought it was going to show more of baseball. But it did show what he went through in order to get there, and that was important. That part of the story is very important. So I'd want to know how he had the courage not to fight back. It's something I deal with sometimes. People say something, and the first thing I want to do is react. And life's not that way. You can't act that way. Jackie Robinson was a good example of that. Another question I'd want to ask Jackie: who is his favorite player to play with? I would want to know who Jackie Robinson looked up to growing up, who he looked up to when he got into baseball, what players he looked up to, and like who was the best teammate. I want to know who he had the most fun playing with, and who was his guy that he warmed up with and everything else. Like, that was his guy. I'd like to know who his guy was. Kind of shows what he was off the field. Who your friend is on the field is a lot of times your friend off the field. I had a couple really good friends on the field and off the field. Cameron Zemek and Barrett Norton were two of my favorite teammates that I had on and off the field. Two kind of totally different people, but yet, man, just very kind, good people, man, that you like being around. And so I'd like to know who he considered his friend on and off the field. And who influenced him. I want to know who he looked up to growing up, who his role models were, and who he looked up to. I got asked that question this week. That's actually one of my questions for this week is who influenced me. And I was influenced by a lot of people growing up. Athletes and non-athletes alike. My mom, I look up to my mom. I look up to my mom now. My mom is exactly 18 years old to the day, older than me. My mom and I share the same birthday. It's kind of cool. I didn't know that was normal. That wasn't normal. But every kid had their mom's birthday growing up. And it was kind of cool to find out that was unique and special. But my mom is exactly 18 years older than me, so I'm she's what, 52, I guess. And she's still driving a truck to this day. My mom and I, we grew up poor, and so my mom and I walked miles from one side of town to the other for me to go to school. And she picked me up. She worked multiple jobs. And then she started driving a truck. And I was really staying with my grandma at that point. Two grandmas. Grandma Jerry, Grandma Vonda. I bounced back and forth a lot. So I looked up to my mom because she had to overcome a lot of obstacles in life. And she's pretty happy now driving a truck with her husband and my stepdad, Billy. So she influenced me growing up. Coach Hendricks at the Oklahoma Sports Museum was more of a dad to me than my real dad was. He walked me down the field on senior night, and I got to spend from 5th grade to sometimes I get to spend time with him now sometimes when I get to go down there and see him. And he usually makes time for me, and he coached me up growing up, he bought me my first glove and taught me how to play the game. And another person that I was influenced by was Warren Spahn. I got to have a 3-hour conversation with that man before Warren Spahn Award. Ferguson Jenkins is a guy I can call a friend. I got to sit with him and we wanted to sign him bats and have hours conversation with him. We joke, we laugh, and every time he's in town, I see him. Well, we give each other a big old hug, and he asks me how I'm doing, how my mom's doing, and I ask him how he's doing and how things are going down with him. And I already just moved to Texas, which is a little closer. And so, but he's a guy I've been able to call a friend for a long time, and he helped coach me up. Coach Chappell helped coach me up. Porter. Really, all my coaches, Haynes, Rainwater, LeGrand, Mick. Coach Mick was one of my favorite coaches. He coached football too. But so I was influenced by a lot of people. Derek Jeter is an athlete that I watched constantly. Jeff Bagwell was an athlete that I watched constantly. And I like Jeff Bagwell because he was a good dude on camera. He was good on and off the field. You never heard anything about him. I don't even know how much money he made. I'm sure I could probably look it up, but he wasn't in the tabloids. Back then they had tabloids. They didn't have. It's not like it is now. And I know a lot of athletes probably would be different In that time, if we had the access to social media like we do, um, and that's what I was saying about this. Man, I had a couple posts blow up on Instagram, and it's and TikTok, and I can't believe how many people are listening into this on a daily basis. And it's for real, all unto real. Um, so all the people that live their dreams and encourage me to live mine, um, those are the people that influenced me the most. I am a Christian man. I grew up in the church, and so I'm not gonna preach to you. I'm not gonna push my religion off on you. But growing up in the church, I read the Bible, and the Bible teaches us all to be good people, and so I've tried to have that word, because sometimes church was all I had to cling on to, um, and so I hold on to that dear. It's near and dear to my heart, and so those are the things that influenced me in life. I loved playing the game. The game never became a job. It was always something I looked forward to. It was always something I wanted to be a part of. And I get to coach now, and being on the field, it's with these athletes, coaching these athletes. It feels weird. It's weird hearing that I'm a coach. Uh, it's weird saying I'm a coach. Really, it is, and it's really not to brag. It's to encourage you to continue to work towards your goals and achieve your dreams and be what you set out to be and what you want to be. And when somebody tells you no, it's getting back on the horse and continuing to try harder and getting better at your craft. And that's what life's about. It's about getting better. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And I'm a firm believer in that. I had a coach tell me that when I was young, and I've held on to it. I was asked this week, what are my goals? Short-term goals. I'm in school. I'm trying to get out of school. There's several businesses I would like to start long-term. So, getting a more understanding of how to run those businesses has been cool. I feel like I've gotten a head start in life just being in the car industry. School right now is really super easy, and I really need to go to on campus. I need to get off this online school and get in somewhere where I can have more interaction with people. But yeah, but those are just some short-term goals. Uh, Long-term goals. I mean, I got in to sports because my family wouldn't. My grandma didn't like sports, and so I wasn't allowed to watch sports. And my mom couldn't afford for me to play. So I didn't really get to be around it as much as I wanted to. I found Coach Hendricks when I was in 5th grade, and that's how I was able to get through and play 5th and 6th grade. And so I was grateful for that. I didn't get the early start as early as most kids, and so I was really far behind. And so I just most of my long-term goals are about keeping my kids in the game and making sure that they have an opportunity to play. Because this other question kind of ties into this, which is how important do you think it is to be a role model? And man, I'm gonna keep it 100%. I think it's very important about being a role model. I think it's very important for celebrities and non-celebrities alike to know that there is, no matter what, at least one person in this world that cares about you. Whether you think so or not, there's one person in this world that cares about you. It might be a family member. It might be somebody outside the family. Somebody in this world cares about you. And you might have more people care about you. Obviously, celebrities have millions of followers. They have a lot of people following them and loving them, and they feel loved But even if you don't feel like you have anybody, I promise you, you got one person out there that loves you for who you are, and takes you for who you are, and that's why you keep pushing for. You keep pushing for that one person. You don't push for the millions. You push for the one. It's the one that you don't see. It's that diamond in the rough. That's the one that changes your life. And I'm a firm believer in that. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I got a lot of T-shirts in my lifetime. Some of them I'm proud to wear. Some of them not so much. And so I do. I think it's very important. I really liked Antonio Brown as a player. I don't want my kids doing what he did. Kyrie Irving is a really good ball player. Needs to stay off social media. There's a lot of things that these players do that I want my kids to see. I want my kids to be able to watch Kyrie Irving play. It's the extra shit I don't care about. And I don't want my kids to be anywhere part of. And I understand what he was probably doing. He's probably trying to promote a friend or something. Probably trying to help somebody out, not paying attention. Just, hey, man, I got you. And it could have cost him his career. I mean, that's why you got to pay attention to what's going on around you. That's why you got to keep focused. And just every no you get, I mean, let it be fuel. Don't let it be. I know it can get discouraging. I know it can feel discouraging at times. Closers don't close 100%. In fact, when I found out what my closing percentage was versus what the average closing percentage was, dear God, I didn't even think I was that good until I started comparing myself to numbers. But numbers lie. Numbers do lie. You can hide things in numbers. It's been proven. What rule do you want to take away from the NFL? I am sick and tired of watching the defense get penalized for a good play while the offense gets rewarded for a bad play. I want to take out this roughing the passer calls. It needs to be changed once again. I don't want to see injuries. Nobody wants to see their multi-million-dollar quarterback go down. Nobody wants to see Patrick Mahomes play against Cooper Rush. Okay? Which actually, I'm okay with seeing Cooper Rush. That was a really bad analogy. But Dak Prescott is the starter. You want to see right now Mahomes against Dak, not Mahomes against Cooper Rush. But really, that was a bad analogy because I think Cooper Rush can make it in this league. And I'm really curious of what happens next year. But there's too many normal, everyday, this is why you put on the pad tackles in the NFL that are penalized and reward the offense because they missed a block or whatever. They missed an assignment. And the offense is getting 15 yards. Now, there are some plays where, and maybe they should do it like college. I don't know. Maybe they should review it. Real-time speed and what actually happened. I don't believe if you land on the quarterback, that should be a penalty. If you hit him in a strike zone and you land on him, that's a penalty because you landed with all your body weight. Dude, you put on the pads. I'm not going to risk injury to myself because you're stupid. Okay? We're playing football. We're still playing tackle football. Protect the player, yes. But find a different way to not penalize the defense. Because if I'm a defense, I'm screaming right now, this is bullshit. I've watched it happen to Micah Parsons and Aaron Donald and any other, Matthew Judon, any other defensive player in the league has had some kind of bullshit pass interference or some kind of bullshit roughing the passer or some flimsy fucking defensive holding on the fucking defensive lineman. Who the fuck calls penalties on a defensive lineman for holding? The defensive lineman for holding, not the offensive lineman for holding. I understand that one. Defensive line for holding? What the fuck? Are you out of your ever living mind? And I know it's a rule, but dear God, come on now. What are we doing? What is your favorite sport to watch and why? I've answered this question in a lot of my podcasts. If you have listened to my podcast, which most of you have, if you're listening right now, I watch football. I love football. Football. Now, I watch any sport. I find myself watching cricket, and I don't understand every sport. I'm not going to pretend to. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm going to keep it real. I watch enough basketball. I'm not up to date in basketball. But I watch enough basketball, I can talk about it. I watch enough football and baseball, I can talk about it. But football is really where my heart's at. Football is where my passion at. I did play the wrong sport. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, if I could go back and do it over with, which I'm going to go off on a tangent here in just a minute. I'll get back to these questions here in a minute. I'm going to go off on a tangent, all you kicker haters. If I could go back and do it over again, athletic-wise, I'd have played golf and been a kicker. I'd have played golf and football. I'd have been a golfer and a kicker. The longevity, how long I can play, and the lack of wear and tear on my body, absolutely. I can make just as much money being a kicker in the NFL as I can being a coach or anything else. Yeah, you're the laughingstock of the football team. But guess what? When you're sitting at home in 10 years and I'm still kicking in the NFL for 25 and I'm looking like Father Time out there, all grayed up and stuff, and I'm still kicking the ball deep and kicking the ball hard and still working on my craft and I have the most endurance on the team, kiss my butt. That's exactly what I'm going to tell you. Kiss my butt. I'm going to say it. Kiss my butt. So all you kicker haters out there, hating on me because I hated on Brett Maher for missing extra points and saying that Dallas needs to get rid of him, and for my posts telling me I don't know anything about kickers. I have a lot of respect for kickers. Okay, I like kickers. Kickers win you games. Okay, Adam Vinatieri made a living kicking Super Bowls for both Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. Okay. I will take Dan Bailey back over Brett Maher, no matter how strong his leg is, any day of the week. Okay? Any day. Oklahoma kickers. Well, I don't even know if Brett Maher's from Oklahoma. But I will take Dan Bailey. Both of them were Cowboy kickers. I will take Dan Bailey over Brett Maher any day. And I'm not even saying Dan Bailey is the best kicker in the NFL. He's obviously not. Justin Tucker is clearly hands down the best kicker in the NFL. Cameron Dicker was a really good kicker in Texas. I expect Cameron Dicker to be really good. Jake Elliott, Graham Gano, Elam. Okay. Brett Maher is done. Okay. There's Kim or Siwoo, whatever his name is, Atlanta. I'm not sold on him. He's missed a few. There's quite a few of them I'm not 100% sold on. There's a lot of them that I am. That Jake Elliott kid he's got a boot. So, I know a thing or two about kickers. I've seen a thing or two about kickers. And I'm telling you right now, Brett Maher is done. Needs to be done. I'm moving on from him. Not coming back. I don't care what demons he's got. It's done. It's over with. You were a laughingstock. You created an NFL for a league record for worst. Congratulations for making the Hall of Fame for the worst kicker ever. Not where you want your. That's not how you want to be known for. Just saying. Uh, so it's nothing against the guy personally. He's probably a good dude. He's probably a good dude off the field. You don't hear much. I've never heard anything about him, but you don't hear much about kickers off the field. I'm not even sure they tell anybody they're a kicker in the NFL. I've never heard a kicker be loud and proud about being a kicker. Most people make fun of him. If you're the return man, that's the man you beat. Everybody else has an assignment. So most people don't take the kicker very seriously. But in game time situation, when it's clutch time, yeah, guess who's coming? Tom Brady's not known for getting in the end zone. Tom Brady's known to set up a really nice, easy field goal. Pay attention. If you could pick a team to coach, who and why? Right now, I want to take over the Houston Texans because I believe by far they are hands down the worst team in the league. That is my opinion. I don't know if stats will back that up or not. But I have no idea in what direction they're moving, what direction they're headed. I know who they've had on their team and who they don't have on their team. I'm going to assume they've got plenty of capital to go get some people. And this next question kind of ties into it. Because I know who I would try to go get that I think I could go get for cheap. I think the world is done with Sam Ehlinger. Or no, not Sam Ehlinger, with Baker Mayfield. I'm going to try to go get Sam Ehlinger and Baker Mayfield because I can get both of them for really, really cheap. I need a running back. If the Cowboys are done with Zeke, come on down. Plus the running back I already have. It's going to be a good 1-2 punch. I need a receiver. I like Devin Duvernay. I'll give him a chance to redeem himself. I'm still a believer in Van Jefferson, even though the Rams didn't use him the way they should have. I think that he can ball out. I'm going to go get him for cheap. And I need a number one. Amari, how much you really like it up there in Cleveland? I know you're not going to be playing for the Dallas Cowboys, but how you feel about coming back down to Texas? How you feel about playing in Houston? Amari Cooper is, as long as he can be healthy, I know he's had some leg issues. And then I'm bringing up my entire coaching staff. My entire coaching staff's coming up with me. And we're going to work on defense. Most of my coaches are defensive coaches, defensive-minded coaches. Really, there's only two of us on the offensive side. Everybody else is really defense. And I was even trying to get over on defense, but I'm still working with the offense and the quarterbacks, and it's pretty cool and loving it, loving life, and really working with the film, but I get to work with the offensive coordinator a lot, helping with the quarterbacks and their offense and formations, and it's really cool. I enjoy it a lot. So I'm learning a lot. I'd bring them up. I think that my offensive play calling plus Joe's offensive play calling plus another coach's defensive play calling, I think we'd rock it. I think with 3 years, we'd have plenty enough time to bring a Super Bowl home. I'm pretty confident in that. I'm pretty comfortable in saying that. I know it's different once you get there. I think the first year would be a learning experience. Second year would be to get the kinks out. And the third year we'd bring it home. With an ever-evolving, ever-changing game. I'm pretty 99.99 100% confident in that I could do it, and my coaching staff could do it. Hell, we definitely damn sure couldn't hurt them. I know that's for sure. We damn sure couldn't hurt them. So it is what it is. But I would want to go there, winning a championship for them. Would mean something to that organization, but it would mean something to me as a player coach. Um, and that would be just taking the ultimate underdog and just going in and winning it. That's what I've always been a. I love the underdog story. I'm a big underdogger. Love her. That's why I had Jacksonville beating Kansas City. And they damn near about pulled it out too. I'm gonna say they were close. Close isn't good enough. But I was damn sure proud of Trevor Lawrence and them boys for working as hard as they did and making it close. Joe Burrow, it's up to you. Dallas is out. So Joe Burrow, it's up to you. And so if I could pick a team, an all-star team, is it like a fantasy team? If I could pick a fantasy team, who would I have on it? Players of today's world or players of yesterday? Because I did one on players of yesterday. So I'm going to go with players of today and kind of show you where my head's at. Receivers, I can pick a 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can just pick my top 4 receivers, however America wants to hear it. I'll go ahead and I'll do both for you. My quarterback, I'm taking Joe Burrow. His first 2 seasons in the league showed me enough. He's here. And you're going to have to get through Joe Burrow, at least for a while. However long that may be. My Austin Eckler, I'm taking as my running back. And then I'm going to have, let's see. Fullback college, I don't want to, use check. I'm so sorry, man, if you listen to this. I'm not a big Niner fan. I do like Kittle and Juszczyk and Ayuk and Debo and Christian McCaffrey. I like Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy especially. He's got to have a huge ceiling. Look out. And honestly, what San Francisco is doing down there, I could honestly see some stuff happening where they could actually win it this year. And so they're definitely special down there in San Fran. Receiver, I gotta take Debo. If I'm taking a short yardage back, I don't know, probably Derrick Henry. He'd probably be my short down back, or Zeke. I like Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb as a 1-2 a lot. If I gotta take a 1, 2, a 3, and a 4, I'm gonna take Debo as a 1, Jefferson as a 2, Boyd as a 3. And my 4, I'll take Cedric Wilson. No, I take that back. I'm taking Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay. If I am going just once, I think Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase are the best receivers in the league. I think they're both very good dual threats. Thank God they're not playing with each other anymore. Because at LSU it was really unfair. and I don't think people understand that, how good that LSU team was. And it's cool seeing Joe Burrow still play with Jamar Chase. Put a dagger in my heart when they played Texas that year, and Texas held in there. I think Sam and Baker would push each other, so I would take them too if I was to go to Houston. But definitely would do some things, move some things. Let's see, defense. Well, defense is gonna be tough because really, you gotta have Micah Parsons, gotta have Pat Surtain, Fred Warner, Von Miller. Von Miller's still he's old and he's still doing it. Bobby Wagner needs to be in there. I like Matthew Judon. Vita Vea, Aaron Donald, D Law, Owe Digazua, Khalil Mack, Max Crosby. I mean, these guys, there's so many defensive studs out there. Trayvon Diggs, Curse. I really like there's so many people in the league I really like. Really like Pat Surtain. Him and Micah Parsons I'd like to see them two on a team together. Again. Another person asked me, if you got $1 million, what would you do with it? First off, I'm taking a quarter of it right off top. That's going to be my money. Everything else is going to be investment. I've got several business ideas that I want to pursue, and I've got people in place to run them. I just need funding, and so I would get those up and going. I believe with the knowledge that I have and past experiences, and with what I learned in college, I think that I know I could be successful with a couple. And with my career path trending the way that it is, I don't think it would be hard to keep it successful. So I would $750,000 would be invested. But really, after I take my tithe out of it, I'd have $150,000. I would probably I'd buy a new car for sure. Probably something probably like a V6 Chrysler 300, something that looks nice that I could put clients in and not feel ashamed. But at the same time, like, I don't need to be in a Land Rover just yet. Oh, that's all the questions. So that's all the questions I was asked this week. And the role model one was really the one that got to me. And then seeing all this stuff trending so quickly, it's crazy to me how fast technology has really changed and how fast that word gets out. And I really am appreciative to all you listeners and all you people that have been supporting me and liking my stuff. And I can't say enough about it. I can't tell you thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. You guys inspire me to get up and continue to do this and be there for you. There's always somebody watching. There's always somebody looking. And you never know when you're gonna get caught doing the right thing, and I've always been that guy. Don't get caught doing the wrong thing, get caught doing the right thing. And this just kind of it just kind of showed me how important that really is in life. And so it was it was a really cool feeling seeing it. I never thought that this would ever get to that. So thank you, really from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And if you know somebody in life that's having a hard time and needs some encouragement, I encourage you to send them to my podcast and help me be encouraging. For those of you that like sports and want to talk sports, I encourage you to email me. Let's talk some sports. I mean, that's what this is about. I want to talk sports. I want to come up with my own topics, but at the same time, man, I want to talk sports. I mean, that's what this is for. It's to talk sports, and I've got plans to get some different people up here, different athletes to talk to, and I've had some issues with technology and haven't been able to do that right now. It's been on me. I'm gonna be real. So I've got Donut coming. She's not a figment of my imagination. She actually does exist, and I've got some other people coming as well. So I'm excited. I'm excited about what I've got coming up. And I want to say thank y'all for all y'all's support, and just continue to push forward, strive on. If you're not getting better, you are getting worse. I'm a firm believer in that. So, coaches out there, if you see one of your athletes start to act out, man, pull them aside. Put them aside and let them know that somebody's watching. If you're a high school athlete, those little kids coming up, junior high kids, I'll never forget being in younger grade and watching our high school win the state championship. And dude, you would have thought they were professional athletes. I thought they were. I mean, I treated them like they were. They're just high school kids. So you never know who's watching you. You never know who's looking out. Get caught doing the right thing. Coaches, get with your players. Okay. If you see something wrong, you see something's not right, grab them and ask them. Talk to them. Figure out what's going on. Get to know your team. Get to know your personnel. One of the coolest things about the team I'm on, we're not a team, we're family. It's the coolest thing. Like I was fist bumping when I first got there. Now I'm hugging, and it wasn't that I was. I mean, COVID-19 got us all weird. You know what I mean? Everybody fist bumping now. You know what I mean? But they let me know we don't fist bump here. We hug, and it's cool. I mean, really, it's heartwarming. It's cool to see athletes come together, and man, there's not one person out there that's within our organization that doesn't love football and have a love for football, and wants to see every single one of us succeed and win another title. I can't wait for next year's ring ceremony when I get mine. And so it's just really cool. It's really fun. It's a really unique experience, and I hope everybody gets to experience this in life. Maybe not necessarily with football, but with whatever they're passionate about. Like if you're passionate about security, or you're passionate about hotels, or you're passionate about restaurants, whatever your passion is, man, go out there and do it. That's why these shows, Gordon Ramsay, that's why these guys are on TV. It's not just entertainment. It is entertainment. But, man, it's for you to get inspired and help the circle of life. And so, again, thank you. Thank you to my listeners. We talked sports today. It wasn't controversial sports. And I just wanted to do things a little differently to show my appreciation. Because, once again, I really can't thank y'all enough. It's because of you all that this is possible, and because of my family keep being supportive. And I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are having a good time. Hit me up. I'm going to say it pod@gmail.com. For real, hit me up. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter. I'm on every social media possible. Hit me up. Send in your comments. Send in your questions. Send in your likes. and subscribe. Do whatever you got to do. Let's keep this thing going. Let's keep this thing rocking, and let's see what kind of sports world we can create. I want to see one with athletes that want to be athletes. And man, if I wanted to go see Madonna, I'd go see Madonna. You know what I mean? If there's nothing against Madonna, she's a wonderful artist. I don't want to go see her sing. I want to go watch football. And I want it to be that. If you want to hear singers sing, go hear singers sing. I love music. I do love music. Go do what you're passionate about. Go start something new. Start a new trend. Start something awesome. Whatever you do, just make the world better and realize that it's not just you in this world. There's another generation coming up. I tell my kids all the time, I'm not raising little assholes. If I thought that was okay, I would have told you that was okay. It's not okay, change it. I tell them all the time. I don't care if you like my parenting techniques. These are not your children, they're mine. I'm not raising little assholes. I'm raising young men and women. Which one you gonna be? So, thank you so much. Y'all have a wonderful day. Have a blessed day. Peace out.